It's time for an Out and About with Jamie Grout podcast, and this time around we'll be talking with Mindy Williamson from the Iowa State Fair. We recorded this a while back, but it's still very relevant because the Iowa State Fair is starting this Thursday. And I decided to bring this one back because it talks about all the new and exciting things coming up at this year's Iowa State Fair, and Mindy is on top of all of that. And one of the things I enjoy about being a producer for the morning show at WHO is that Jeff Angelo and Mindy get together every morning to talk about all the new things coming up at the State Fair. And boy, they make improvements every year. And this year is no exception to that. And that's what Wendy will be talking about with me today on Out and About with Jamie Grout. So get ready for the Iowa State Fair. Forecast says it might be kind of a soggy opening for the Iowa State Fair. So if you're coming to the State Fair's first day this Thursday, you might bring an umbrella or poncho with you. First of all, let's have a word from our sponsors, including Newton Clinic. And we are in that time of year when the weather can be very, let's say, tropical. Kind of hot and humid, and they say heat exhaustion can sneak up on us fast, especially on kids, older adults, and anyone outdoors for long stretches. Watch for heavy sweating, dizziness, and nausea, or even confusion. Shade plus water and rest is usually the fix. Now, if symptoms don't improve, don't wait it out. Here's a pro tip from the Facebook page of Newton Clinic. They say by the time you feel thirsty, you're already mildly dehydrated. So you might want to talk to the folks at Newton Clinic about that too. Check out Newton Clinic. And don't forget their newest provider, Kinsey Heiser. I know that I'm kind of sad because my provider, my doctor that I've had for a long time, Dwight Joe Levette, they sent out a letter that he'll be retiring soon, I believe as of November. And so if you're looking for a new provider, hey, I know Kinsey Heiser is looking for new patients. There's a lot of doctors and providers and people who are totally qualified that would be willing to take new patients at Newton Clinic that you might want to see. So head over to Newton Clinic. They are looking to help you out if you are looking for folks who will help you in the health department. Newton Clinic. Be treated like family at Newton Clinic. Another fine sponsor, my buddy Ryan Dannon at Ryan's Tire and Auto on First Avenue in Newton. Now, when you think of Newton, you think of someone who loves the community, and that would be Ryan Dannon. And he wants you to think of their team and their business at Ryan's Tire and Auto. He says, long after I'm gone, I want you to leave a legacy and know about the legacy that he is leaving at Ryan's Tire and Auto. He says he loves this community, and to prove it, he's showing a picture on his Facebook page of Kelly Sorensen and Ryan's Tire and Auto. They gave a $2,000 cash donation for school supplies. So those kids, when they go back to school, will have plenty of supplies to take with them, to put in their backpacks. And Petty Reynolds Mortensen says, we love you, Ryan. Thanks for all you do for our community, and we appreciate that. Not only that, he'll get your car or whatever automobile or vehicle you have. He will make sure that it gets from point A to point B in tip-top shape at Ryan's Tire and Auto on First Avenue in Newton. Of course, his wife, Shannon Dannon, and her partner have Junie B's food truck right there on First Avenue, right next to Casey's and O'Reilly's Auto Parts. And very easy to find. Big truck says Junie B's Eats and Treats. And their hours this week: on Tuesday, they're open for lunch from 11 to 2. On Wednesdays, you have two opportunities to enjoy their food at Junie B's from 11 to 2 for lunch, and then for supper from 4 to 7. And then on Friday, back to lunch again from 11 to 2. Now, last week, I tried out their delicious flatbread cheese pizza, and it was ooey gooey delicious with the melted mozzarella. And when they had the food truck at the Jasper County Fair, I tried their cheeseburger. It was a delicious smash burger, very, very yummy, and also their chicken tenders, and they were delicious too. So all the food is good at Junie B's Eats and Treats right there on First Avenue. They can't wait to see you at Junie B's food truck right there on First Avenue. It's delicious. Again, their hours, Tuesday this week, 11 to 2, Wednesday, 11 to 2, and once again from 4 to 7, and Friday, 11 to 2 at Junie B's Eats and Treats on First Avenue in Newton. Another fine sponsor is Wesley Life Park Center. Now, at Park Center, it's all about connection, community, and enjoying the days your way. Independent living residents have endless opportunity to stay active and engaged through a variety of social, educational, cultural, and wellness-focused activities, from group events and community gatherings to meaningful intergenerational experiences. There's always something to inspire conversation, learning, and friendship at Park Center. One of the most rewarding parts of life at Park Center is a chance to connect across generations, whether sharing stories, celebrating special events, to participating in activities with younger community members. These experiences foster a deeper sense of belonging and purpose. Residents often discover that their friendships are built here and they feel just like family at Park Center. Get a hold of Lisa Zylstra at Wesley Life Park Center. You'll be glad you did. That's where my sister lived out the rest of her life, dealing with Parkinson's disease. And I can tell you that Dr. Edwards said at the end of her life that if she'd lived in a lesser place, she might not have lived quite as long as she did. Her care was excellent. She went into hospice care, and she was in hospice care for about a year, and she was treated just great. And I'm glad that I got her into Park Center in the last years of her life. They treated her just fantastic, and I'm sure that if you're looking for a place to live through the continuum, Wesley Life Park Center is a great place to live. All righty then. Hey, another great place if you're looking for a financial institution is Advantage Credit Union.
Let us pay you for checking with us. Hi, this is Leslie with Advantage Credit Union, inviting you to take advantage of Cha-Ching Rewards Checking. Earn 3% APY on balances up to $10,000. That's up to $25 per month that ACU pays you. No minimum balance, no monthly fees. Simply do the things you're already doing and cash in at the credit union. Apply online at acuiowa.org or visit us in downtown Newton.
APY is annual percentage yield. Restrictions apply. Federally insured by the NCUA.
It's time for another Out and About with Jamie Grout podcast, and with me is Mindy Williamson from the Iowa State Fair. I'll tell you what, my job in the morning is as producer for the WHO Morning Show with Jeff Angelo, and he's been doing these promotions for the Iowa State Fair every morning, and I hear those, and I thought, by golly, this would make a good podcast because there's so much pre-planning that goes into the Iowa State Fair that we don't even know about behind the scenes. It's a year-round project, and Mindy, I'm going to hand the microphone to you, and you can take it away and tell us about some of the stuff that's going on as we get ready for the Iowa State Fair, less than 100 days away.
Yes, we're closing in. We don't want to wish summer away, but sort of the end of summer event in Iowa is the Iowa State Fair. And so we are busy bees over on the fairgrounds. We do have a couple of big events. We just had the World Pork Expo in June, and we have the Good Guys Car Show over the 4th of July, but it's full speed ahead for the rest of us working on the Iowa State Fair. So free entertainment, we have that list out. We have, that's our nightly entertainment that happens on the Bill Riley stage, the Susan Knapp stage, and our Mid-American stage. That's about $500,000 worth of free entertainment. So it's anything from a hypnotist to a country act to some of our rock and roll acts. We have a Jammy Buffett tribute band this year. So you never know what's going to be on those free stages. The grandstand is already out. Some of those tickets are on sale. Well, all of those tickets are on sale right now. So grab some. The only show that's sold out is Lainey Wilson so far. And then we have some new acts this year. So we have a Paul Bunyan show that's on the Jacobson lawn. We have American Mirrors group. So they're kind of a strolling act, a red, white, and blue mirror act for America's 250. Our Bandoloni, the one-man band, he will be back this year. He's a fair favorite. He's a strolling act as well. And then we have another act that's up by gate 15. So you can wander around and find those acts any time of the day on the Iowa State Fairgrounds. And then, of course, because it's America's 250 and we know the 4th of July is the actual birthday, we're still celebrating in August. So Fair Spirit is our theme this year, a nod to the America 250, and we're celebrating that with a bunch of different things. We have a veterans walkway up on Expo Hill. We have veterans and military personnel that will be singing our national anthem each day. We have a bunch of food contests that are red, white, and blue. We have all the various contests that we have. There's something red, white, and blue in there. We have a permanent art sculpture that will be put out right before the fair, but that'll be on display by the giant slide. And then we have a nod to 1976 and 1776 display for what Iowans were doing when America started. So tons of stuff for you to find and do all across the fairgrounds this year. We keep saying it's like a once-in-a-lifetime celebration.
Well, and I know you have remodeling going on the fairgrounds. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so we're halfway through a barn renovation project on the Iowa State Fairgrounds. So our historic barns were about the only part of the fairgrounds that we hadn't renovated yet. And you know, all of our barns are historic, so it takes a bit of effort. There was one person who could change up the terracotta on our sheep barn, so it was that precious. So the sheep barn is done. We are in phase 2 of the horse barn, which will be complete at this year's fair in 2026. And then we've started renovations for the swine barn, and that will be our largest project the fair has ever taken on, $19 million to renovate our historic swine barn. You will see big time changes after the fair this year when we take all the roof off and make it look way different for next year's fair. After that, we have one more barn, the cattle barn, and that will be the last phase of our barn renovation project.
And you always have new foods on the fair, and it's always exciting. When will you be announcing the new foods?
You know, food is the number one reason people come to the Iowa State Fair, so we don't take this lightly, and our concessionaires have done an excellent job. I hear there are upwards of 50 some. We'll see when we get that announcement out. July 14th, we do our new food contest. So that's when we'll take that list of fair foods, narrow it down to the top 3 that fairgoers can vote on during the fair. So you'll see that list come out mid-July. July 14th is when you'll hear what the top 3 are so that we can vote on that. And because it is America's 250, we have a special red, white, and blue category this year.
Do you remember the winner from last year's new food?
So we had 3 best new foods last year, and fairgoers voted. The Scotcheroo Shake was one of them. You're testing my memory here. We had What You Smokin' was also one of them. The 3 Little Piglets. Mm-hmm. And do you remember the last one?
I don't. I'm sorry.
I know. I'm going to have to go back and look. But that Best New Foods is very competitive each year. And so who knows who will be on that list this year.
I remember I shouldn't have, but I had the Scotcheroo Shake twice, and it was fantastic. And I know that Jeff he kind of trains for this new food contest because it's a challenge. There's a lot of great new foods, and you probably when you eat these foods, you can't eat the whole thing. You just got to sample a little bit of it, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's funny that you say he trains for it because it is a true sport. When we have a list of 50 or 60 maybe new foods, we do have people who over the course of the fair try every new food. And we're not judging them if they eat the whole thing, but most times they're probably sharing it with family members.
And let's talk about some of the fun contests you have on the fairgrounds too coming up. We were discussing that a little bit on the WHO morning show, like the cow chip throwing and the mullet contests and all that. You really work to make the state fair fun.
Yeah, those are what we call special events, those contests that you can show up at the fair and enter. Your talent could be debatable, but basically, mullet contest, Mr. Legs, those sorts of things. Our largest thing that has been growing is cribbage. It is serious, and if you're a cribbage player, it's very fun to come out to the youth inn. It's air conditioned, huge contest that's been growing. Because cribbage is growing, we have a new contest this year in euchre. So if you're a euchre player, it could be your first time coming out to compete at the Iowa State Fair. Chess is very big. We have even down to like decorated hat, decorated diaper, all sorts of different contests. You mentioned husband calling, hog calling. It happens to be the 100th anniversary of hog calling. So brush up your skills and bring your loud voices. Regina, who runs our Pioneer Hall, the day that they do rooster crowing, joke telling, hog calling, husband calling, she calls it her shouting day. So lots of those heritage contests are very fun. They come with a ribbon. Some come with a $5 prize. So they're all in good fun.
Yeah, one of the big husband calling winners was Bonnie Swalwell Eilert from Newton, and we had her on the air many times. She was just wonderful. And then they have the mother-daughter look-alike contest and so many others. And you have so much free entertainment too at the Iowa State Fair, Mindy.
Yeah, so sometimes when we talk about free entertainment, we forget to mention that all day those stages are busy. So they are busy with local acts all day long. So there's dance troupes that come, there's piano players, there's magicians, there's any talent that you have. Those applications closed in April, and now all those acts are being booked on the Iowa State Fair. So it is a really cool way to kind of see some local talent during the day, and then those switch over to our acts that we book for the evening entertainment.
Sounds good. Fantastic. We're looking forward to this year's Iowa State Fair. So many things to see and do, and they're preparing for it right now. What are the dates for the fair?
August 13th through the 23rd, 11 days this August. Get your tickets right now. They are at a discount and save a few bucks. Get that extra corn dog.
That's right. And you talk about the food being a big driver, but I know Jeff has talked about this too. And I think last year you had so much great grandstand entertainment, and you talked about the one sold out show, but maybe you could talk about some of the other shows too, Mindy.
Yeah, so we try to book acts that kind of go across the genres. So we have on the last Saturday, Big X The Plug, and the opener, fun fact, XO Lex is an Iowa-based act. So that's sort of a rap country type group. Very last night, for the first time this year, is our Christian act. We moved our Christian act from Thursday, the opening day, to the last Sunday, which is a family day. Great chance to see Josiah Queen. We have Stained, which is a rock group. We have Alabama back to the Iowa State Fair for the 13th time. Wow. We have Rod Stewart and Richard Marks. So we have a couple country acts in addition to Lainey Wilson. So Riley Green, Red Clay Strays. So get out and get your tickets for any of those evening acts. That seeing a concert at the Iowa State Fair is a unique experience. It is outdoors, but it's real casual, and you're a little close to the artist. So we love those grandstand acts.
And what are the hours for the Iowa State Fair?
So gates open at 8, and then you have to be off grounds at midnight. So plenty of time to see that. A lot of our buildings are open 9 to 8. So once you get in, you can get your breakfast, and then you can head to the buildings, see the butter cow, check out the doll houses in the cultural building, check out the food entries in Elwell, all that sort of thing. One thing we haven't mentioned is our outdoor arena, and that is called Elwell Family Park. That was new a couple years ago, and for the first time this year, we have a rodeo for 2 days in Elwell Family Park. Some of the acts in there take a ticket, and some of them are free, so you can check out either one.
And don't forget to visit us at the WHO Crystal Studios, too. That'd be just great. If people want more information, I'm sure they can go to your website.
Yeah, iowastatefair.org. That has the most recent, up-to-date information. Our schedule will be up there. You can check out some of the things that I've talked about, free entertainment, Grandstand Act, and all of that. iowastatefair.org.
All right, Mindy Williamson from the Iowa State Fair on Out and About with Jamie Grout. Other fine sponsors include Westside Java Coffee Bar on the west side of the square in Newton. Use their drive-up. It's very convenient. Along with Made Right Sandwich Shop, serving breakfast 7 days a week. Lynette Baker, Halo Branded Solutions, and Jersey Freeze, sure to please, in Monroe. Try the van and Bon Bon Freezer. Until next time, Grout is out. See ya!